Welcome back to Valhalla VW. Today we're going to be changing the knackered tailgate up there, look. We're going to be changing that and we're going to be making a new plywood panel for it, so let's get into it. So as you can see, the old hardboard tailgate has definitely seen better days. So what we want to do is get that taken off and get it replaced with a nice new ply one. And while we're at it, as you see in there, we're going to add some insulation and some sound deadening as well. So let's get to it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the old one. The clips and everything around the side I'm not too worried about, because what we're going to use is some self-tapping screws when we put the new one on, and it's all going to be carpeted over, so it shouldn't make too much difference, which makes getting the old one off a lot easier. So let's get it all off. That's not going to work. Right, so we've removed all of the old plugs. What we'll do before we finish the job is we'll just lower the tailgate, and then we can fish them all out, or any bits from inside the bottom of the tailgate just in there. Another thing we're going to do while we've got the tailgate exposed is we're going to take off the wiper motor, because we no longer require the rear wiper, as the back window is blocked off. So we can get rid of that, which in turn means that we'll be able to get rid of that horrible thing sticking out the back. Okay, so the removal of the wiper motor is actually pretty straightforward, but what I'll do is I'll just show you how I've done that, and if you need to replace one, then you'll have a heads up. I'll just flick you around and show you the process. Okay, so first thing you need to do is just undo the rear nut. Lost that. Then this plug grommet comes out, which obviously frees up the mechanism. Then what we do is 10mm bolt there, 10mm bolt there, and the whole unit just slides straight out. Dead simple. Wiper motor is now removed. This can stay, and that's the other end. What I'll do is we'll just clamp this, stop any water from getting through. But we'll also clamp that at the other end under the bonnet as well, off the bottom of the water pump. So there we go. Okay, so we've now got the wiper motor removed. The next job is to fit the sound deadening into the cavities up here and here and here, just to make the ride a bit quieter. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put in 100mm of recycled plastic bottle insulation to keep the heat in for when we're out camping. I'll show you that next. Okay, now this is not an exact science, but what we want to do is get this stuck nice and firm. So we need to make sure everything's nice and clean, and then what we can do is, sorry, a bit out of focus, if you see where lips like this, you just want to run your blade down these little gaps and then just push it in as best you can. You don't need 100% coverage, because Volkswagen added the bare minimum when they built the van, but we just want to top it up and just make it a bit quieter. Okay, so we've had a change of plan. As you can see, we've taken the sound deadening out. Now the reason I've taken the sound deadening out isn't because I don't want any sound deadening. The reason is I'd read online and watched several YouTube videos that said that you can use construction lead flash banding, which as a builder I had plenty of laying around, so I thought I'd give it a go. Yeah, don't bother. buy specific stuff. I know a company called Dodo Sound Deadening. Obviously I'm not sponsored by them, but I have used their product in the rest of the van, and it is ultra sticky and it is fantastic for the job, and that's what obviously I'll be ordering some more of that in the future. So today we'll just focus on getting some insulation in there, getting the panel cut, and then obviously we'll have to remove all that at a later date, but at least we'll get something achieved today, so stick with us. Okay, so we've loose filled the insulation just into as many of the cracks and holes and voids. Obviously bits like this are going to be quite difficult, so you just literally just push it in, make sure it's nice and full. Pay special attention around obviously your levers and your latches, because obviously we don't want to be bunging them up with insulation because they need to move freely. And there we go. Okay, so now by far the easiest way to make sure you get the right panel size is just to lay the old panel on top and draw around it with a pencil. So we've laid the old panel on top of the new board. As you can see, we've drawn around all the way around the edges, and now it's just a case of cutting it out, and it should be a direct replacement for the one we took off. So once you've got the rough shape cut out, I always like to cut just to the outside of the line, and that way it just leaves you a bit of room just for sanding, just to get everything nice and neat and tidy. Don't forget to put your handle hole back in, otherwise you'll be stuck. And that's your internal latch release hole, which also needs to go back in. Got the handle hole back in, nice and square, all smoothed off. We've sanded around the edges. We just need the hole saw now just to put in the internal release mechanism, and we're ready to fit. So the final thing to do, or the final thing I'm going to do, is I've just added some thermal bubble insulation on the back, just to top up obviously what we've already put in the existing cavities in the tailgate. And there we go. Right, so there we go. It's time to refit the panel. First thing I like to do is get the handle back on. It's held in with 2 screws. That will hold the board up while you then get the rest of the clips in round the side. I'll spin you around and show you what I mean. So there we have it, fixed all round the edge, screwed in, just got that to pop through with the hole saw, and there we go, one new tailgate panel, all insulated, and should make the road noise a lot better, and also keep the heat in when we're camping. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it interesting. Covered quite a lot really. We've removed the tailgate, manufactured a new panel for it, we've insulated, removed the wiper motors,
Applied some secondary insulation to the back of the panel. So all in all, a good project. Should reduce the road noise quite a lot, and also obviously keep the heat in while we're camping, which is the important thing. So, and obviously it's now a lot better to carpet on and a lot better looking in general. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, obviously like and subscribe, help the channel grow if you can. We've got lots more interesting stuff coming up, so thanks for watching. See you on the next one.